The rise of Christianity through Peter's journey, 1st to 4th century AD, the sun hung low over the shimmering waters of the Sea of Galilee, casting golden hues across the rippling surface. Simon, a fisherman, struggled with his empty nets, his hands worn from years of labor. He had tried all night to catch fish but had nothing to show for it. Ready to give up, he heard a voice from the shore. "Cast your net once more," the man called out. Simon turned, wiping sweat from his brow. The figure before him seemed unremarkable but had an air of quiet authority that made Simon hesitate. Trusting something deep inside, he obeyed and cast his net once more. To his astonishment, the water bubbled with movement, and the net quickly grew heavy, bursting with fish far beyond anything Simon had ever seen. His heart raced, and as he struggled to pull it in, he realized the man standing before him was no ordinary person. Falling to his knees in awe, Simon whispered, "Depart from me, Lord, for I am a sinful man." The man, filled with compassion, smiled and said, "Do not be afraid. From now on, you will fish for people." And just like that, Simon, later known as Peter, left his nets behind and followed Jesus of Nazareth. Little did he know, this moment would mark the beginning of a journey that would change not only his life but the fate of Christianity itself. For years, Peter walked with Jesus, learning his teachings and witnessing miraculous acts of faith. He saw the blind regain sight, the lame walk, and even the dead come back to life. Yet, one of the most defining moments came when Jesus asked him, "Who do you say I am?" Without hesitation, Peter boldly declared, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Jesus, in response, blessed him and said, "Upon this rock, I will build my church." Peter, though still filled with doubt and fear, was entrusted with a mission that would last beyond his lifetime. But Peter's journey wasn't without its challenges. When Jesus was arrested, fear overtook him. In a moment of weakness, he denied knowing Jesus 3 times. As the rooster crowed, the weight of his failure pressed down on him. But redemption was within reach. After Jesus' resurrection, Peter witnessed the empty tomb and encountered the risen Christ. In that moment, he was restored. With a heart full of renewed purpose, Peter took his place as a leader among the Christians. He traveled far and wide, preaching about the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus. His message spread like wildfire, and thousands of people converted to Christianity. But this rapid growth attracted the attention of both the Roman authorities and the Jewish leaders. Christianity was viewed as a threat to the established order, and persecution quickly followed. Peter's journey led him beyond Judea, to lands like Greece and Turkey, but his ultimate destination was Rome, the heart of the mighty Roman Empire. Rome, under Emperor Nero, was a place of extravagant power, where the worship of emperors was commonplace. Christianity's message of humility and devotion to a single God stood in stark contrast to the empire's pagan practices. Despite the dangers, Peter continued his mission in Rome, gathering believers and strengthening the early Christian community. Then, disaster struck. A great fire engulfed Rome, destroying much of the city. Panic spread throughout the empire, and Nero, desperate to deflect blame from himself, turned on the Christians. He blamed them for the fire, and persecution reached a fever pitch. Peter was arrested and imprisoned. As Peter awaited his fate, he reflected on his journey, the fishing nets, his failures, his redemption, and the countless lives he had touched. He knew his time had come. When Peter was led to the place of execution, he made one final request: "I am not worthy to die as my Lord did." And so, he was crucified upside down, an act that reflected his profound humility. Peter's death was not the end. It became a powerful symbol for the Christians, strengthening their resolve. His martyrdom inspired many to stand firm in their faith, and Christianity spread further across the Roman Empire. His legacy lived on in the hearts of believers. A few decades later, Emperor Constantine, recognizing the growing power of Christianity, issued the Edict of Milan in 313 AD, granting religious tolerance to Christians. What Peter had started with faith, courage, and sacrifice now began to flourish throughout the empire. Christianity would soon be embraced by the Roman world, and the foundation Peter laid would carry on for centuries. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing stories from World History Marathon.